Hi, I am in my 2019 330iX sedan. It was delivered to me on March 30th of 2019. This vehicle does include the parking assistance package. I received a recall for the camera in the mail and took it to the dealership, and they loaded it on 12/9 of 2019 into my vehicle. I drove the car home and immediately noticed my camera was not functioning as it was prior to this camera reload. The rear camera, when you put the car into forward, it does not switch automatically to the front camera like it did prior to the reload. I've had this vehicle back to the garage and talking to all the geniuses at the dealership, at North America, and also the assistant manager at the dealership. Let me demonstrate. I immediately come down my driveway and I pull in front of my garage. As you can see now, I put the camera into reverse and the rear camera comes on. I apologize for the not steadiness, but I now back up the vehicle and I'm going forward to park it into my garage. And if you will notice now, when I go into drive, I just did now, the rear camera is still on. Where before the reload, the front camera would come on, and now I'm driving forward, but the rear camera is still on. Now I'm trying to get into my garage, and it's like the sensors are going off, but nothing. So what I have to do now, I have to manually activate this camera. And I go to the hood and get the camera, and I activate the green camera on the hood. And now, as you can see, the front camera comes on, and now I would steer my vehicle into the garage, and I would then park the vehicle. I'll demonstrate that the front camera switches and works, and all of that part is functioning properly. Let me shut off the vehicle. The vehicle is off. I get into the car now, and I start it to back up. I put the car into reverse, and I always use the backup assistant. This is an outstanding feature. Now, my rear camera is on, as you can see. I take my foot off the brake, and the car now backs up automatically, and the rear camera is on. Now, prior to the reload, when I got out of the vehicle, okay, or out of the garage, I'm sorry. So now I would continue backing up, and the camera's fine. Prior to the reload, I put it into forward. As you can see, it did not switch. The front camera is still off, but you notice on the right side on a 3D view, I get the ladder. Now, prior to this reload, I was able to see the whole front camera with the lines. Now, I'm pulling forward and the rear camera's still on. Well, that just doesn't make sense. So now, if I wanted to get that front camera on, once again, I have to manually activate the front camera by hitting the hood, selecting the camera on the hood with an A, and now you see the front camera comes on. This all used to be done automatically. I'm not sure what they have done with this reload, this camera recall, but I have to tell you, this presents some precarious situations, especially when you're in a busy parking lot and you back out in reverse and now you put it in forward. the rear camera is still on, and you're trying to go forward to see what is actually in front of you, and you got to stop and manually activate it. Additionally, I own a 2018 Toyota with the same type of camera system. And you know, if the vehicle was here, I could demonstrate to you that the Toyota actually switches automatically until you drive away. And in this BMW, as you can see here, now I can't make it, right? So now I'm going into reverse. The rear camera comes on, and do you notice that the hood also stayed active? The camera for the front. Now, I put the car into forward, and the camera comes on because I manually activated it on the hood, where previously it automatically switched to forward. Now, I would pull out of my driveway and the camera will shut off once you hit 6 miles an hour. And there it goes. So I would very much appreciate if you can review this video, because this automatic switching that is no longer automatically switching presents an issue. You're driving forward when a rear camera is still on. Absolutely unacceptable. I would really appreciate it if this could be reviewed and somebody could contact me. I will provide the information in the email when I send this. Thank you so much for your attention.